If you have questions, you may raise your hand and unmute yourselves or post your questions in the chat box. A pleasant morning, parents. I am Ms. Rachel Ann Hernandez, student mentor of grades 2 and 3, and I will be your mentor for today's webinar. Welcome to our Career Parenting webinar with the topic Career Coaching for Parents in the K-12 Perspective. This is indeed a big day for us to learn more about how we can guide our children as they explore their interests and skills and preparation for their future careers. May I request everyone to stand and observe a moment of silence as we pray our opening prayer, followed by the Philippine national anthem. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord, you blessed Elizabeth Ann Seton with gifts of grace as wife and mother, educator and foundress, so that she could spend her life in the service of your people. Through her example and prayers, may we learn to express our love for you and love for our fellow men and women. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Mother Seton,
Pray for us.
God has done great things for us.
God,
May God be forever praised. Alleluia. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. To formally start our program, let us all welcome the Unit Head of Center for Student Wellbeing, Ms. Eden Calara, Las Piñas Campus, for the opening remarks.
A pleasant morning, dear parents. Thank you for being with us here today. I know that it is the weekend and it is your family time, but we're really grateful that you get to spend your time with us today. So this is our second year in the virtual setup, and I know that you would agree with me in this realization, that online learning is possible. Of course, it is still not the same as the face-to-face classes, but look at where we are now. We're able to make do with what we have, and we were able to make things work for us. We did not want learning to stop, so we made a lot of innovations. Classes, school activities, and programs were converted to virtual events. In our unit, we did not want learners to feel alone and confused at this time, and so we brought our services to them. Online mentoring and counseling, virtual guidance classes, webinars, and this. It is our second year of conducting our career week online. And this coming week, we have prepared activities that are age appropriate and level appropriate for your children to help them develop the skills to help them in their future career decisions. We could not have done this without your understanding and support. It is true that it takes a whole village to raise a child, and this pandemic reminded us of the roles we all have to play in developing our children. Let us continue to work together to hone them to become well-rounded individuals who would be able to rise above whatever situation life may throw at them. Thank you, dear parents, for coming, and let us learn together today.
Thank you, Ms. Eden. Allow me to introduce to you our guest speaker. Our speaker's higher education began with a degree in management and industrial engineering. He also finished computer science and acquired diplomas in macroeconomics and financial markets at the Euromoney Institute of Finance in Hongkong-China and visual communication at Ecole Nationale Supérieure des Beaux-Arts in Paris, France. He has worked as systems programmer, a systems and equities analyst, a director for research, a vice president for operations and administration, and a creative director. Presently, he is a career educator and the director of communication for GuidanceNGO, which stands for Growth and Understanding Through Information Dissemination and Career Education, a non-government organization that advocates the dissemination of information about careers. Also, he is the editor-in-chief of Schoolguide Paths magazine. Parents, let us all welcome Mr. Junn Geronimo.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Ms. Rachel. Before I proceed with this webinar, we have to acknowledge the assistance of Elizabeth Seton School for welcoming Guidance NGO once again. Special thanks, of course, goes to the head of the Student Wellbeing Center, Ms. Eden Calara. Thank you very much. And everybody else, we thank the teachers, the advisors, for helping us with the organization of this activity. And at this point, I have to welcome the parents, okay, as well as students, right? We're in the company of students as well. Parents, students, welcome to this webinar, Career Coaching for Parents in the K-12 Perspective. But before I proceed any further, I'm going to play an introduction, which will give us an idea of what this module, what this career module is all about. It's part of a developmental career education program that we call ANCPAG, ANCPAG. Okay, so I'm going to play an introduction, which will give us an idea of that career education program. It's a program designed for grade 7 up to grade 12 students. But of course, students in elementary level can also benefit from it. Okay, so I'll play that introduction, which will also show us the topics that we will cover this morning. So let me just activate that screen and share it. Okay, so parents as well as students, I hope that you can see that sun on your screens, okay? The sun that we look forward to every day, especially in this time of pandemic. Okay, so let me just maximize the screen. Now, this introduction will be played with music. So I hope you can just adjust the volumes of the gadgets that you're using because it may be too loud for some students or some parents. Okay, everybody's ready. So once again, parents, students, school officials, this is ANCPAG. So parents, welcome to Career Coaching for Parents in the K-12 Perspective. It's a career education webinar. Okay, so let's be more familiar with the terms that we will use in this activity. I'll be using the term higher education. to mean college or university education. So after elementary, after junior and senior high school, I believe many of the students here shall be moving up to higher education. When that happens, they'll be studying in what we call higher education institutions, our colleges and universities, to pursue what we call programs. Okay, so parents, students, whenever I need to refer to civil engineering, architecture, political science, accountancy, I'll be referring to them as programs or college programs or academic programs instead of courses. Why not courses? Because courses are the subjects that our children will take under each college program. Okay, so let's be more familiar with these terms. And then we move on. Conduct of this webinar, number one. Now, don't be apprehensive to share your ideas. Let us not allow this pandemic to hamper interactivity. So don't be reluctant to share those ideas. And then number two, be inquisitive. Now, raise as many concerns as you can, because we need closure as regards ways by which we can coach our children on various careers. And then number three, when I throw questions, please do not shy away, because we look forward to your participation in this activity. And you may interrupt. Okay, just raise your hand, because we have a raise hand facility in Zoom, so I can address your concerns right away. Okay, we move on. And then why are we here this morning? We're here because eventually our children will have to make that critical decision, right? Our children will have to make that critical decision as regards careers. Decision making is one of the most difficult tasks known to man, diba? Decision making. Why is decision making one of the most difficult tasks known to man? When it's a task delegated to somebody on top of an organization, right, parents? For example, in an organized group of people, such as a country, it's the president who will have to make that critical decision for the entire country, right? In a school, who makes the critical decisions? The principal, right? But when it comes to career decision making, our children will have to make that decision. Parents, okay, parents, I need your participation because I have a question. And please, I will be asking you to give me a thumbs up, okay, if for those parents who really pursued those careers that they wanted when they were in high school. Remember when we were in high school, during our time, parents, we didn't have K-12 curriculum. We were only required to go through 10 years of basic education, right? 6 years of elementary education and 4 years of high school. Everything was optional. Everything earlier than that, earlier than elementary school, optional yan. But with the K-12 curriculum, we have kinder, then grades 1 to 12. Okay, so we have 13 years of basic education. We have shifted from 10 years to 13 years of basic education. Again, going back to my question, remember parents, when you were in a third year or fourth year high school, diba? We had to make a decision as regards these careers. Okay, so I hope you can remember those days with this music.
For my high school life, every memory kay ganda. High school days, oh my high school days are exciting kay saya.
Oh, diba? Parents, do you still remember those days when we had to make a decision on those careers? No, our high school life, no? Eto na, no, hindi grade eh. Dati third year, fourth year, no, we had to make a decision on these careers. Who among the parents here, no, give me a thumbs up. Who among the parents here pursued the careers that you really wanted when you were in high school? Okay, I can see Elsie Escobedo giving me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. And Garcia, A. Garcia. And then Michelle Ortega, thank you very much. Jesusa de Loyola, thank you. Okay, thank you for the thumbs up. So I can see some parents giving me the thumbs up. Jacqueline as well. Mao, and then that's a student, right? From grade 8, giving me a thumbs up. Thank you for giving me those thumbs up, no? Pero as we know, not everybody really pursued those careers that they really wanted, right? May mga parents who wanted to become doctors of medicine. Okay, doctors of medicine. O si Irene Esquilio gave me the thumbs down. Okay, and then some of us wanted to pursue a certain career. Like some of us may have wanted to become lawyers, right? Meron ba tayong kaya? Sige, tingnan nga natin. Sino ang parents dito who wanted to become lawyers, no? Who wants to become lawyers pero hindi nangyari? Okay, Aubrey gave me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. So see, may mga parents tayo who weren't able to pursue certain careers. Yes, and then Michelle Ortega is giving me a thumbs up. Sa law din yan, wanted to become a lawyer pero hindi nangyari. How about medicine? Who among the parents here wanted to become doctors of medicine pero hindi nangyari? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Miss Eden, talaga? Okay, Benj, and then MC and De La Rosa, Charmaine as well, and then, well, Marge Bustos. Is Keisha being represented by her parents there, giving me a thumbs up. March Boosters as well. Okay? Sino sa mga parents naman dito ang ginustong maging engineer or wanted to become an architect? Yan, engineer o kaya architect pero hindi nangyari. Meron ba tayong mga parents? Marilyn wanted to become an engineer, an architect as well. Mao as well, giving me a thumbs up. Thank you. And Emmanuel wanted to become an engineer or an architect. No, so nangyayari yan talaga eh. May mga parents who weren't able to pursue certain careers. O ito naman, sino sa mga parents natin, who among the parents here wanted to become an artista? Sino gusto maging artista pero hindi nangyari? Okay, meron ba tayong ganyan? Mga parents who wanted to become artists, di ba? Mga artista sa television, sa movies, ganyan. Well, we should understand na nangyayari talaga yan. No? There are situations when some people do not get to pursue certain careers. They get to be frustrated. Kaya it's a tough decision that our children will have to make. We don't want them getting frustrated in pursuing certain careers, no? As much as possible, we'd like them to be able to pursue what they really want, no? What they'll be happy with. Okay, so decision making is a tough decision that our children will have to make, and we have to be there for them. And as decide on these careers, okay, there are factors that can affect your children's decisions on careers. One of them happens to be, of course, the people around your children. Who are the people around your children? Well, syempre kayo parents, no? The parents, the guardians, those people can affect their children's decisions on careers. What do we mean by that? No? Well, parents need to know as much information about college programs as their children. I know of some parents, minsan tinatanong ako, Sir, ano ba yung multimedia arts na yan? Yan daw ang gustong kunin ng anak ko eh. Ano ba pinag-aaralan dyan? May trabaho ba dyan? Okay, some parents, they're not really familiar with new college programs. Now we have forensic science. Now we have mechatronics engineering. Diba? Ano yan? Pang-transformer ba yan? Okay. Ano yung mga careers na yan? So very important that parents, if they're going to coach their children on careers, they should be familiar with them as well. Diba? Okay, and then kasi, diba, during our time, parents, if you still remember, nung panahon natin, diba, ano yung offer na college program? Do you still remember commerce? Commerce, di ba? During our time, dati pag sinabi mong commerce, andyan na yung accountancy, andyan na yung marketing, andyan na yung business administration, banking and finance. Everything was called commerce. Okay, ganun kasimple ang college programs before. Okay, but now they have diversified into specific disciplines that we should really be familiar with them also. Now, don't worry, parents, because this morning we will have a taste of how diverse careers have become, including the students, of course. Lagi kayong kasama. And then, another thing, now, some parents may wish to actualize their frustrations in their children. I don't know, meron ba tayong parents na ganyan who experience this? Yung parents mo wanted you to pursue those careers they were frustrated in. Diba? May mga ganyan. Some parents weren't able to pursue certain careers, maybe because they were caught in difficult circumstances, that they weren't able to pursue certain careers, that they want their children to pursue those careers. Ayan, nangyayari din yan in some families. So, parents, guardians can really affect decisions on careers, and we should be watchful. Not only the parents, who else are the other people around your children? Of course, friends, okay? Mga beshi natin, di ba? Children, okay? They can affect your decisions on careers, no? Because as we know, look at these photos. No, these photos were taken in one high school in Manila. Look how close these students were before the pandemic. Pwede pa yan dati, di ba? Okay, so look at this group of boys. They're huddled together. It's as if wherever they go, they're huddled together. These group of girls, no, you know what they're doing? They're just filling out an application form to a certain college or university. Aba, nakasirkel pa sila as if they're going to perform a ritual. Okay, now our children can be so close that they can be deciding on careers based on what their best friends want. Okay, kaya parents, let's be watchful also, no? I have a tip. Tanungin po ninyo, ano yung career na gusto ng best friend ng inyong children? Then, because, you know, they can be deciding based on what their best friends want, right? They just want to be together forever. They're so close, especially now that we have 6 years of high school. Okay, so emotional attachment to friends can affect decisions on careers also. Yes, very important that we understand how people around our children can be affecting their decisions on careers. Even college expenses, the college expenses can affect decisions on careers. Okay, now we're going to talk about money. Okay, so parents, nakahanda na ba yung ating mga lipitor? Nakahanda na ba yung ating, ano yun? Lodipin? Okay, why? Because pag-uusapan natin how tuition increases every year from for an average of 10%, no? Tuition increases every year. So I hope the children are also paying attention well, because we should understand how tuition increases. Halimbawa, a student is in grade 9, okay? On your screens, you will see there are 6 rates of tuition, beginning with the rate 6 at 24,000 plus up to 84,000 plus per semester, okay, or for half a year of college education. Halimbawa, yung bata nasa grade 9. As they move up to higher grade levels, we know that tuition increases every year at an average of 10%. When they move up to grade 10, magkano ng tuition among these 6 private colleges and universities, ayan, it can just increase that much. When they move up to senior high school, pwedeng eto na ang tuition, pag grade 11, pag nag-grade 12 na, eto na ang tuition sa mga colleges and universities. And then when they enter the colleges and universities, assuming that they'll be pursuing a 4-year college program, pag nag-first year college dyan, eto na tuition, okay, per semester or per year. We just multiply those numbers under per sem by 2 for us to arrive at those numbers under the per year column. Okay, and kung 4-year nga yung college program niya, as they move up to higher year levels, no, magkano ang tuition per year? 2nd year college, eto na. 3rd year college, ayan na. 4th year college, here it is. And for us to have a good idea how much we will have to spend for a 4-year college program, we will have to spend this much money. Di ba, parents? Ayan. Okay, ang tuition. Now, children, Do you see now how parents are really working hard, no, to prepare you for the expenses involved for college education? It can just cost a lot of money to send you to these private colleges and universities. Yan, tuition pa lang yan in peso. What if you're going to study in another country? Okay, it's going to cost a lot of money. Another thing, that is tuition lang. Wala pa dyan yung miscellaneous fees, the laboratory fees, expenses on books, school supplies, field trips, exposure trips, reports, term papers, thesis, at higit sa lahat, yung pang-araw-araw na baon or allowance, right? It's just going to cost a lot of money to send our children to these private colleges and universities. Kaya that can also affect decisions on careers. And then later on, yung parents, our children, after a 4-year college program, lalapit yan. Tapos sabi sa atin, Ma, Pa, can I proceed to medicine? Nako, more expenses. And then, o kaya, pagkatapos ng political science, lalapit sa magulang, and then they will say, Ma, Pa, pwede bang ituloy ko ng law? Another 4 years, okay, of college education for Bachelor of Laws or Juris Doctor. So very important that we know this also. This can also affect decisions on careers, no, college expenses. And then what else? Intellectual aptitude, emotional intelligence, that can also affect decisions on careers, no. Now this is a very good reason for our children to study well, because let's go first with intellectual aptitude. Now on your screens, parents and children, okay, you will see 8 college programs. We have their clothing technology, molecular biology and biotechnology, art studies, comparative literature, geography, European languages, malikhaing pagsulat sa Filipino, and family life and child development. Now, there is a characteristic common among all of these 8 college programs. What is that characteristic? All these college programs are being offered only at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Okay? So why am I telling you this? Kasi if we want to pursue certain careers, no, we may not be able to pursue them because we were not admitted to the only school, okay, that's offering that college program. Okay, so now let us remember this, very limited ang opportunities for good quality education in the Philippines. Many college programs are being offered only in a few schools, if not just one school, like these college programs. Okay, that's how intellectual aptitude can affect decisions on careers. May mga programs, college programs being offered only at UP. May mga programs being offered only at De La Salle University, Manila. May mga programs that are being offered only at Ateneo de Manila University or even University of Santo Tomas. Okay, so that yes, those requirements for them to be able to study certain college programs, ayan, kailangan okay ang grades. So children, okay, pay attention. Very important, ha? Ang grades, you will have to make good grades if you want to study certain careers, certain college programs in our prestigious colleges and universities. Okay, how limited is good quality education in the Philippines? No, how limited is it? Look at this college program. Are you aware of this college program, landscape architecture? Where is this being offered? Saan lang ino-offer yan? It's being offered only in these schools: University of the Philippines, Diliman, Bulacan State University, University of San Carlos, and University of San Agustin. Wait a minute. Nasaan ang University of the Philippines, Diliman? Siyempre, nasa Diliman in Quezon City, right? Nasa ng Bulacan State University, nasa Bulacan. At nasa na University of San Carlos? Is it in San Carlos? Or University of San Agustin? Is it in San Agustin? Okay, for your information, children, University of San Carlos is in Cebu. And University of San Agustin is in Iloilo. Ang lalayo ng mga schools na yan, Bulacan, and then Cebu, and then Iloilo, your best choice there would be University of the Philippines, Diliman. But will we pass the admission requirements of this prestigious university? Okay, so that intellectual aptitude can affect decisions on careers. No, we should understand that now. And another thing, no, some of you may be saying na, I'm not going to study at UP. I'm going to study at UST, Ateneo, or LaSalle. Well, did our children, are our children making good grades in high school to meet the general weighted average grade requirements of the prestigious colleges and universities, di ba? Kasi they have this general weighted average grade requirement which is no lower than 85%. Okay, so if we want to study in these schools, UST, Ateneo, LaSalle, they have this general weighted average grade requirement for you to be accepted by these prestigious universities. So that, again, intellectual aptitude can affect decisions on careers. Yung mga gustong mag-aral sa UP, we should also understand that aside from the UPCAT, the University of the Philippines college admission test, that's their entrance examination. Okay, you have to pass that. Pero last year, okay, when we had the pandemic, or when the pandemic started, they did not administer the UPCAT. They just asked for the grades of the students. So very important that we are telling our students as early as grade 7, okay, now you have to be making good grades. Okay, because this is a way for you to be able to be accepted by our prestigious colleges and universities. No, before UP would ask for the grades of students in grade 9, 10, 11. Ngayon, tapos last year, nung nagkaroon ng pandemya, they asked for the grades of students in grade 8, 9, 10, and the first semester of grade 11. Now, this year, we got news that they will ask for the grades for those 4 grade levels, grade 8, 9, 10, and 11. See? So grades will really matter. Intellectual aptitude can really affect decisions on careers. Even emotional intelligence. Okay, what is emotional intelligence? No, our children's ability to perceive, react, understand, and handle emotions. May emotional intelligence na ba ng ating children to consider certain careers? Diba? What do we mean by this? Well, somehow we know how a child would react, no? If a child sees a man slip on the floor. Okay, depende kung na-develop niya na yung emotional intelligence. But can they react positively to certain difficult situations this country has found itself in? Example, in 2009, we had Typhoon Ondoy. Do you still remember this, parents? Okay, as in, buong Metro Manila yata submerged in floodwaters, right? And then in 2013, we experienced the strongest typhoon that ever hit the country, which was Typhoon Yolanda. Now, this is the generation of students who seem to be experiencing signal number 4, signal number 5. Di ba, parents, nung panahon natin, pinakamalakas na bagyo was signal number 3. And we were so afraid already. Now they have signal number 4, signal number 5. Okay, what are we waiting for? Signal number 6? Ano yung signal number 6? Wala nang signal. No more okay, no more sign of life. So I hope some students understand this well, kasi sabi nila this is happening because of global warming, because of climate change, because we're not taking care of our environment. So are students considering environmental sciences as a career? Are they considering that? And here's another difficult situation. Cocoa scale insects or Cocolisa pests struck coconuts and other fruit trees in the southern Tagalog region. Parents, we know that the coconut industry is a major industry in the Philippines. If this suffers, may magugutom. Hindi po ba? But are students considering agriculture or an agriculture-related college program? And here's another difficult situation. MV Princess of the Stars sank off the coast of Romblon. Okay, and we know that this happens because, a lot of ships have been sinking in the Philippines. The Philippines is the venue for some of the worst peacetime maritime tragedy. Remember, parents, MV Doña Paz. Diba? Why are the ships sinking in the Philippines? Okay, because we bought them second hand or third hand from other countries. These ships are already old. Nakasakay na kayo ng barko. 'Di ba? And you must have seen kung ilang welding na ang dinaanan ng mga barkong ito. Okay, and we hope that some students will be considering naval architecture so that we can build our own ships, 'di ba? We don't have to rely on buying second-hand or third-hand ships from other countries. Okay, so I hope they're also considering some careers wherein they can really be of assistance to this country. Okay, kaya lang nga, is emotional intelligence there? Have they developed this? Because we also know that some college programs or some careers require a certain amount of emotional intelligence or a certain level of maturity, like education, social work, military science, psychology, political science. Okay, but then have they developed this already? Education, sometimes it's a sacrifice. Di ba, teachers? Sometimes it can be a sacrifice. Hanggang madaling araw, gising ka, nagche-check ka ng papel. Meron pa bang ganyan ngayon? Okay, and then social work, talagang prioritizing the welfare of the marginalized sectors of the society. Military science, they'll be giving their lives to this country. Psychology, maybe they can be following the footsteps of Mom Eden, of Mom Karina, and everybody else in the guidance office. No, become guidance counselors. Okay, now we have to really be thankful, because itong school na ito, Elizabeth Seton School, you have how many counselors you have here? Alam nyo ba, parents, na may mga lugar sa Pilipinas na walang counselor? In Region 2, no, there's a certain division there, DepEd division. Ang daming eskwelahan doon. Ilan ang counselor? 3. Grabe. Okay, we hope that they'll be pursuing a career in guidance and counseling as well, so that they can assist millions of students who are clueless on what they're going to do with their lives. Okay, so that's kaya lang may emotional intelligence na ba ang bata? Political science, making a difference in running this government. Okay, so possible yan. Meron ding public administration. But are they aware of these careers where they can be of assistance to this country? Okay, and then what else can affect their decisions on careers? Prejudice on other career tracks, bias on other career tracks. I remember there was this parent, no, I was talking to there was this student, no, a grade 10 student. Sabi sa akin ng student, "Sir, yung mother ko ayaw nung career na gusto ko. It's not meant for me daw." Okay, why not? Bakit naman? Okay, what's wrong with the career that you want to pursue? Sabi niya, hindi daw pwede sa akin yan. Bakit? Anong career ba gusto mo? Babae ito. Gusto ko po maging police. Okay, so what's wrong with that? Panglalaki daw po yan. Okay, so there's prejudice also on certain careers, di ba? There are prejudices against the tech voc career track. May prejudice against the sports career track. I'll be showing this to you later. There's a prejudice against the arts and design track. So very important that we understand this, because prejudices, biases can be affecting their decisions on careers. And also wrong information. Okay, wrong information about careers. Now, I'm going to be more interactive with the parents now, and please get your chat boxes ready because I have this question. Okay, question. What do you think is the ideal program for somebody who wants to become a police officer? Okay, buksan ko nga ang chat box ko because I want to see the parents also typing those responses. Okay? Ayan. Okay, what is that? What do you think, no? Okay, ano yung tawag sa program na yan? Summer conception? Okay, somebody said criminology. Criminology. Okay, thank you very much for contributing those answers. Yan ang alam ng mga tao eh, di ba? You have to pursue criminology. But the ideal program is, I don't know if you've heard of this, Bachelor of Science in Public Safety. Have you heard of that college program? Diba? It's being offered only at the Philippine National Police Academy. Thank you very much, Junn Ramirez, for contributing that answer. No, we may not have heard of that college program because there's only one school offering that, which is the Philippine National Police Academy. So we should be aware of that. But let me just remind everybody also that, you know, you can just finish any college program and become a police officer. Okay, kumuha ka ng nursing, business administration, kahit ano. All you need is a college degree. Okay, but there's a difference, di ba, between someone who's going to finish criminology or any other college program from somebody who's going to finish public safety. Rank and salary. Okay, we should be aware of this also. So we have to explore the possibilities because wrong information can affect decisions on careers as well. These factors, 5 factors can affect decisions on careers. And then, okay, career routing. Okay, career routing. How will our children be able to pursue certain careers? If they want to become doctors of medicine, anong gagawin nila? Okay, after senior high school, we know that they cannot study medicine right away. Hindi po ba? Okay, they have to go through a pre-med program, but there's a shortcut. Okay, kasi usually it will take 8 years, around 8 years for a person to finish medicine. Okay, to finish the study of medicine and then take the board exams for physicians. Pero di ba may mga shortcut like the intermed program of the University of the Philippines, meron tayong LEAP Medicine Program of UST, and the Human Biology or Biochemistry programs of De La Salle University, right? Okay, so we should be aware of how our children will be able to pursue certain careers by going through certain career routes. Even a student who wants to become a lawyer, of course, we also understand that our children cannot study law right after senior high school. They have to go through a pre-law program, finish that program, then go through Bachelor of Laws or Juris Doctor, take the bar exam, and then focus on an area of law. But many students will not pursue law. Many students will not pursue medicine. Okay, they will have to go through, some of them go through what we call an associate's program, going up to bachelor's program. Then some of them may be pursuing a master's program or a doctor's or a doctorate program. Finding out how our children shall be able to realize certain careers, okay, or reach certain careers, that's very important as we coach them on these careers. But before they move up to higher education, of course, they have to go through senior high school. How familiar are we with senior high school? Alam na po ba natin yan, parents? Okay, ano ba yung academic na yan? Ano ba yung textbook na yan? Ano po arts design? Ano yung sports? Now, these are the career tracks in senior high school that we should really be very familiar with, no? And I promise you, parents, no, by the end of this webinar, you will be masters of senior high school. Okay, very important as we coach our children on these careers. What do I mean by that? No, so we have these career tracks that we should be familiar with. No, let me share another screen, and here again are the 4 career tracks. No, I hope you can see that on your screens because we need to help our children decide on which career tracks and strands to take. We have academic, textbook, arts and design, and sports. Okay, so parents, let's be more aware of this. Kasi we never had senior high school eh. Hindi po ba? Okay, so we have to really help our children decide ano bang career track or strand ang kailangang daanan ng anak ko. Okay, so we have this career track. So when we are asked, ano bang career track mo? Okay, so children, when you are asked by certain people, anong career track ka? Don't say STEM, don't say ABM, don't say HUMS. You say academic, tech, voc, arts and design, and sports. Now, let me give you a better screen, a more comprehensive screen that outlines these career tracks and strands. There. Okay, on your screens, parents, children, these are the career tracks and strands. Yung white text, those are the career tracks, no? And then when you are asked, anong strand? That's when you respond APM, HUM, STEM, GAS. So there are 4 strands under the academic track. Under technical vocational livelihood track, there are 5 strands, no? Agri-fishery arts, home economics, industrial arts, ICT, and TVL or Technical Vocational Livelihood Maritime strand. Under arts and design track, now these are not strands. These are specializations or focuses or foci. They can be focusing on media and visual arts, literary arts, dance, music, or theater arts. And under the sports track, wala po kayong makikitang strand. There's no strand or specialization under the sports track, no? Why? Because we should also understand that the senior high school curriculum is continually being enhanced by the Department of Education. So don't be surprised if later on may makita kayong strand or specialization under the sports track. An example can be team sport, right? Team sport. Examples of team sport: basketball, volleyball, di ba? Football, softball. Yan, team sports yan, di ba? Another possible strand or specialization is individual sport. Example, chess, right? Chess is an individual sport. Ano pa yung mga example natin? Boxing. Boxing is an individual sport. Hindi pwedeng team sport ang boxing. Riot yan. Diba? But so far, we don't have those strands or specializations yet. We're waiting for that development. Okay, but then, okay, what should our children do first before they move up to senior high school? No, dapat ang gagawin nila is they decide on a track. Anong career track? Ang kukunin nila, is it academic, tech, voc, arts and design, and sports? After deciding on a track, then they decide on a strand. But let's go back to the tracks. Anong basis nila? What should be their basis in choosing a career track? Their basis should be taken from their plans after senior high school. Ano bang plano mo, anak? What's your plan after senior high school? Because some students, students in the Philippines, they have different plans after senior high school. Plan number 1, go to college. That's a good plan, di ba? Plan number 2, work. Become a full-time employee after senior high. That's a good plan as well. Plan number 3, tumambay. Okay. Now, children, forget about plan number 3. That's not a good plan. Okay, either go to college or become a full-time employee after senior high. Okay, so if their plan is to go to college, these are the ideal tracks: academic or arts and design. Those are the ideal tracks to take. Kung ang plano magtrabaho, they should be going for technical vocational livelihood track, arts and design, or the sports track. Now, don't be confused because I mentioned arts and design twice. Why is that so? Because that's the only track with that characteristic. Okay na magkolehiyo, okay din na magtrabaho. Okay? So, very important that we also know that. So, they decide, pero baka mamaya, tanungin nyo ako later on, pag nag-tech voc ba hindi pwedeng mag-college? Pwede pa rin. Pag nag-sports track ba hindi pwede mag-college? Pwede pa rin. They can still go through college. But what we're discussing here are the ideal career routes to take. Ideally, dapat mag-academic ka or arts and design if you're going to go to college. Now, after deciding on a track, they decide on a strand. And some students are thinking of pursuing ABM. Okay, bakit siya mag-ABM? Okay, now children, why should you be deciding on ABM? You should be deciding on ABM because, of course, you want to go to college and here are other good reasons for you to pursue ABM. You should be an ABM because ang plano mo is to pursue any of these careers under business. Yes, those are the possibilities, no? Those are the possibilities for somebody who's going to choose ABM. Okay, maybe somebody would like to become an accountant. Okay, so do you want to become an accountant? Do we have parents here who are accountants? Give me a thumbs up if you're an accountant. Sino yung mga parents natin ang accountants dito? Patingin nga. Okay, let me just browse through. Okay, Ma'am Judy is an accountant. Wow. Okay, and then, yeah. We have those, diba? Okay, and then Judd Anastasio as well is an accountant. Very good. Okay, so ayan. If you want to become an accountant, so okay yung ABM, diba? Nasa pangalan nga, Accountancy, Business and Management. Marilyn as well is an accountant. Very good. Now, one of the things that we should be orienting our students with is yung areas of study. Anong pag-aaralan ng bata? Okay, if the student wants to become an accountant, okay, so parents who are accountants, you're familiar with these terms already. Financial accounting, cost accounting, managerial accounting, practical accounting, auditing theory and practice, tax accounting as well, and computer-based systems in accounting. And skill, the character that you should be developing if you want to pursue that career. You should be highly logical and objective. Children, have you heard of the terms credit, debit? Narinig nyo na ba yan? Okay, you should be able to shift points of view depending on who's releasing the money or who's receiving it. Huh? Being able to shift points of view and then being objective, no? Because as an accountant, no, you can be given the task to approve or disapprove requests for money. You cannot be approving that request simply because the person requesting is your friend. Okay, so you have to be objective enough to realize, to think, to evaluate whether the company or the organization you'll be working with really requires the money. Okay, so very important that we are aware of this. Proficient in basic math. Why? You children, you will not go through differential calculus, integral calculus, integral equations. You will not go through these higher math subjects in college, no? And then excellent communication and interpersonal skills, no? Because you'll be dealing with people in different levels of the organization that you should be able to get along well with different types of people, di ba, mga accountant? Minsan dami sumasama ng loob sa atin. And then proficient with the use of computer as well, because accounting systems have been computerized. And then training that you will go through, aside from training in the colleges and universities, you will have to go through an OJT, an on-the-job training. This is when you spend certain number of hours working with a certain company. Hindi ka pa graduate, but you're immersing yourselves in the environment of an accounting department. In financial institutions, like you can be spending your OJT in banks or insurance companies, because these are financial institutions. You can be spending your OJT in these companies. You can be hearing of these names. You'll be hearing of these names like Sisip Gores and Velayo, diba? Joaquin Cunanan, Punong Bayan and Araulio, Isla Lipana. Ano pa ba? Deloitte and Touche. Meron pa ba yan? How about Ernst and Young, KPMG, PricewaterhouseCoopers, right? Okay. Sino yung mga yan? Well, these are names of big accounting or auditing firms where you can be spending your OJT in, or where you can be working with after finishing the college program. Okay, actually, children, you've heard of these names. Kailan nyo narinig yung mga pangalan niyan, yung mga Ernst and Young na yan, yung mga PricewaterhouseCoopers? When you watched Miss Universe. Yes, because before they announced the winner of that beauty pageant, they announced first their auditing or accounting firm. Diba? Ang dami palang applications na accountancy, yes. Yes, all industries are actually employing this discipline. Kaya very important that we are aware of this. Kaya marami rin gustong maging accountant eh. Okay, what other possibilities? We have building and property management, right? Building and property management. The more popular name of this program is real estate management. Okay, now, di ba, may ruling ngayon na a student who would like to become a broker, a real estate broker, a real estate appraiser, a real estate assessor, has to finish real estate management and pass the required licensure examination. Yes, di ba, may board exam na ang real estate broker, assessor, or appraiser. So this has been a ruling, okay, of the government since 2016, and we should really be able to coach our children on this as well. But alam ba nila ano yung broker, ano yung appraiser, ano yung assessor? They should really be oriented on these careers. And then what else do we have aside from those? We have business management or business administration. Okay, again, ABM pa rin yan. And then business studies, ABM pa rin. Business teacher education. How about cooperative management? And then we also have customs administration as well as e-business management. Another one would be entrepreneurship, as well as financial economics. And then we have financial and investments management. O yung mga estudyante, have you heard of the stock market? Have you heard of Bitcurrency? Are you interested to study these? Yan, financial and investments management, or even financial management. And then we also have human resource management, ABM pa rin, internal auditing, as well as international business. How about legal management? Okay, so parents, maybe you've heard from someone na if somebody wants to become a lawyer, dapat Humes ang pag-aaralan ng bata, ang senior high school niya. Not necessarily. They can also go for ABM, okay? Because as explained earlier, diba, you cannot study law right after senior high school. You have to go through a college program that we usually call pre-law. Okay, you study this college program, you finish it, and then you study Bachelor of Laws or Juris Doctor. That's another 4 years. Diba? And legal management is a good pre-law program. Okay, so they can also study this, especially if they want to pursue the career of a corporate lawyer. Are our children aware of how many kinds of lawyers we have? Ang damit iba't ibang klase ng lawyers, right? Have they heard of a corporate lawyer, a political lawyer, a labor lawyer, a civil rights lawyer? Diba? So yan, sa Cheldiok, no? Have they heard of a criminal lawyer, constitutional lawyer? Okay, ang dami niyan. Legal management. Huh? And then we also have management engineering, except that there's only one school offering this in the Philippines, and that is the Ateneo, the Manila University. And then another one would be marketing management, as well as office administration and purchasing or logistics and supply chain management. Masyado silang in demand ngayon. Why are they in demand? Because they're the people in charge of securing the vaccine from the airport, transporting them, storing them in certain facilities, and then distributing them to local government units as well as health centers. Diba? But are they aware of these careers? And then aside from the business programs, no, other reasons why they should be in ABM, those reasons fall under hospitality and tourism management. Maybe your children are interested in culinary arts, or maybe hospitality or international hospitality management. How about hotel and restaurant management or tourism and tourism management? So those are very good reasons why they should be under ABM. Again, hospitality and tourism management, business programs, ABM. Okay, so if they're going to choose ABM, they should be prepared for senior high school. What are they going to go through in senior high school? Well, they will have to go through these subjects Children, look at those subjects that you will be going through in senior high school. Here they are. On your screens, you will see 6 groups of subjects. You have the core subjects, you have the applied or the contextualized subjects, and the specialized subjects. Yes, you will have to go through all these subjects in senior high school, grade 11 and 12. Okay, there are subjects like oral communication in context. This is basically a speech class. Diba, parents? Did you go through a speech class, parents, when you were in college? You must have gone through it, right? Sino sa mga parents ang dumaan sa philosophy subject when you were in college? Did you go through that subject, parents? Nagka-philosophy ba kayo nung college kayo? How about literature? Did you go through a literature subject when you were in college? Yes. And then how about statistics and probability? You went through this, di ba, parents? Okay, now parents, for your information, itong core subjects na ito, we took them when we were in college and we called them minor subjects. Now, these minor subjects from college have been downloaded to senior high school and our children will have to take them. Okay, so we call them core subjects because these subjects are in the core of the senior high school curriculum. That is, whatever career track or strand our children will choose, they will have to go through these core subjects. I'll give you a bigger screen there. Okay, so again, whatever career track or strand you will choose, children, you will have to go through these core subjects. Okay, mag-Humes ka, mag-STEM, GAS, textbook, arts and design, sport, you will have to go through these subjects. Okay? And then another group of subjects, you will have to go through applied subjects. Okay? Applied subjects, you will have to go through them also, like English for academic and professional purposes, practical research 1 and 2, Filipino sa piling larangan for ABM. So look at subject number 4, Filipino sa piling larangan for ABM. That means when we go to Humes, you will see Filipino sa piling larangan for Humes. When we go to STEM, you will see Filipino sa piling larangan for STEM. Okay, so this subject, what is its application? Okay, ang application niya is how are you going to express yourselves in Filipino, in your local language, when it comes to various disciplines. Example, under ABM, if our children would like to pursue ABM, one of the careers that they can be pursuing is the career of an accountant. So in this subject, we have to know ano yung mga Filipino terms for those that are used in these careers, like accountant. Parents, do we already know ano yung Filipino ng accountant? You know what? I threw this question to a group of grade 10 students. Sabi ko sa mga grade 10. Grade 10, what's the Filipino word for accountant? Aba, may sumagot. Sabi ko, sir, alam ko yan. Okay, what's the Filipino term for accountant? Cashier. Okay. Sabi ko, anak, hindi cashier ang Filipino for accountant. Okay, so Judd Anastasio gave us the right answer already, and that is taga-tuos. Thank you very much, Judd. Diba? Taga-tuos or tagapagtuos. So, why do we have to study this? Anong rationale niyan? Well, it's about time that we establish our Filipino identity in all of these careers. Abay, ang daming nag-graduate ng kolehiyo, hindi man lang alam anong Filipino word for the programs that they finish. Example, biology. Are we aware? Ano yung Filipino word for biology? Ano yung alam natin, parents? Sige nga, pakisagot. We're having fun here naman, di ba? Tingnan nga, ano yung Filipino word for biology? Let me see your answers. Okay? Biology po. Biology. Okay? Biology. What's the Filipino word for that? Okay? Let me see. Tingnan ko nga kung alam natin yan. We had subjects in biology also, di ba? Dapat alam natin. Okay. Sabi ng iba, biolohiya. Mga ganyan. 'Di ba? Mga biolohiya, pag-aaral ng katawan, 'di ba? Ano pa? Okay? Meron pong Filipino word 'yan. And the word and the answer begins with the letter H. Huh? Oh, yung ha-H. What do you think? Ano yung Filipino word for biology? Let me see. Tingnan ko nga. Dali, parents. Come on. Wow, somebody gave the right answer. No, Emerson Sase. Is that the complete name? Thank you very much. Hi, Nayan. Okay, Mia Francisco also gave me the right answer. Haynayan. See, may Filipino word pala yan. Haynayan. Okay, yan ang, di ba? Baka ang ating mga anak ay gustong maging dalubhasa sa haynayan. Okay, pwede yan. Di ba yung math, sipnayan? Okay, we have these words that we are not using. Pero Filipino tayo. Diba? It's about time that we establish our Filipino identity in all of these careers. Okay? And then entrepreneurship, bakit may entrepreneurship subject? Kasi ang mga Filipino doon nagkokoleyo para maging empleyado. Okay, not necessarily. There will always be an entrepreneurial angle in all of these careers that they'll be pursuing. So they have to explore that. And then ang daming research subject, inquiries, investigation, and immersion, practical research 1 and 2, because our children will have to be motivated to think of ways by which they can contribute to underdeveloped industries in the Philippines. Dahil napakaraming underdeveloped industries in the Philippines, di ba? Okay, so very important that we understand this. And they will have to go through these specialized subjects like business math, fundamentals of ABM 1 and 2, applied economics, organization and management, principles of marketing, business finance, business ethics and social responsibility, and a culminating activity, which is a simulation of a business enterprise, okay? So, yan ang mga subjects nila. Again, they will have to go through the core subjects, the applied subjects, and the specialized subjects, okay? Now, these subjects will have to be distributed into 4 semesters of senior high school. Paano po nangyayari yan? How do these subjects get to be distributed into 4 semesters of senior high school? Kasi semestral ang senior high school, right? Wherein 1 year of senior high school education is divided into 2 terms, no? First and second term. So how will these subjects be distributed into 4 semesters of senior high school? They will be distributed this way. Watch. Okay, so that's grade 11 first semester. They will have to go through these subjects. Grade 11 second semester, they will have to go through these subjects. Grade 12 first semester and grade 12 second semester. By the way, this is the prescribed curriculum of the Department of Education. But your senior high school can further enhance this curriculum, okay, to fit the needs of your students. We have somebody who's raising a hand. Do you have any concerns? Baka may question tayo. Anybody who would like to clarify? Kathleen, somebody whose screen name there is 3PALG10 Kathleen. Do you have any concerns or kanina pa yan? Hindi lang na lower ang hand. Because you can unmute your microphone and speak. Okay, pwede naman po. Wala pong concern? Sige, baka nakalimutan lang i-lower yung hand. Okay, let me just lower the hand first. Okay, and okay, let's go back to our discussion. So for ABM, so we're done with ABM, no? Okay, we're done with that already. We already know what are the reasons a student should be pursuing ABM and what to look forward to in ABM. Oh, some students may be pursuing HUMS. Ano naman yung HUMS? Okay, bakit mag-HUMS ang bata? Okay, the student should be pursuing HUMS kasi ito ang plano niya after senior high school. You should be in HUMS because your plan is after senior high school, you plan to become a nun. Okay, do you have students who want to become nuns? Okay, so if you want to become a nun, ayan, no? You have to go through convent formation. Or maybe a student will be pursuing HUMS kasi ang plano niya ay maging isang pare. Okay. Pwede rin, di ba? Magandang preparation din ang HUMS. Or maybe a student will be pursuing HUMS because ang plano niya ay mag-pursue ng military science at the Philippine Military Academy. Okay? So, children, you will not march all day. You will have a lot of classroom hours also. And other reasons why should they be in HUMS? Because of anthropology, community development, marami po yan. Economics, education, and guidance and counseling. Maybe they want to follow the footsteps of Ma'am Eden and Ma'am Corina. And then history, home economics, humanities, international relations. Now, international relations, maybe your child would like to become a foreign service officer, or a consul, an ambassador eventually, no? We have international relations or international studies. The common names of these programs are foreign service and diplomacy and consular affairs. Okay. Did you know that they go through a licensure examination? The longest licensure examination administered by the Department of Foreign Affairs, yung mga foreign service officer. Or maybe they want to pursue psychology, A, B, or BS. What's the difference? Okay, there's one thing that I should tell everybody, no? Kung BS Psych ang gusto ng bata, better to go through STEM, not HUMS. Okay? Pag AB Psych, okay lang. What's the difference between BS Psych and AB Psychology? Anong diferensya niya? Okay, our children, they should understand na pag nag-BS Psych ka anak, you will have more subjects in the natural sciences. You may have a subject like anatomy, microbiology, pathology, physiology, etc. Okay, why do they have these subjects? Because BS Psychology, as we know, parents, are usually structured as a pre-med program. Okay, it's a good pre-med program as well, right? Okay, so pagka BS Psych, mas makabubuting ikaw ay mag-STEM. AB Psych, okay lang ang HUMS. Ha? And then other careers under HUMS, public administration, yes, di ba? And then another one would be public safety. Yes, public safety. Ito yung dinidiscuss ko kanina. Another one would be social work, as well as sociology and special education. So these are very good reasons why they should be under HUMS. Other reasons fall under literature and communication, because somebody may want to become the next Corina Sanchez. Or the next Mel Tiangco, or Vicky Morales, or Mike Enriquez, or Angelo Castro. Okay, broadcast communication. And then another one can be communication research, okay, as well as English. Okay, how aware are we that English is a good pre-law program? It is, diba? Because language proficiency in the bar exams score well. We know that, diba? And of course, we don't want to put our clients at a disadvantage because of faulty grammar. Okay, and then what else do we have aside from those? Let's check the others. Okay, and still there. Okay, check other programs or careers. We have European languages. Okay, and then we also have Filipino, as well as journalism. And then we have literature, as well as mass communication or communication arts, public relations, and then speech communication. That's it. No, those are the careers that fall under literature and communication, as well as social sciences, HUMS. If they are going to go through HUMS, we should also prepare them for senior high school. So what can we look forward to? What can they look forward to under HUMS? They can look forward to these subjects. Here they are. Once again, they have to go through what we call the core subjects, diba? Kanina, you saw the same subjects when we were studying ABM. And then their applied subjects will be these. Earlier, when we were studying ABM, we had Filipino sa piling larangan for ABM. Now it's Filipino sa piling larangan for HUMS, Empowerment Technologies for HUMS. And their specialized subjects in senior high school would be the following. Okay, so those subjects: creative writing, intro to world religions and belief systems, creative nonfiction, trends, networks, and critical thinking in the 21st century culture, disciplines and ideas in the social sciences and in the applied social sciences, community engagement, solidarity and leadership, Philippine politics and governance, and a culminating activity. Now, again, just like in ABM, all these subjects, the core subjects, the applied subjects, and the specialized subjects will have to be distributed into 4 semesters of senior high school for which this happens. Again, grade 11 first semester and second semester, grade 12 first and second semester, they'll go through the core, applied, and specialized subjects, okay? And another one would be STEM. Okay, let's go into STEM because many students would like to pursue STEM. Okay, in senior high school, why should they be in STEM? Here are very, very good reasons why they should be in STEM. They should be in STEM because they plan to pursue any of these careers under sciences. They should be in STEM because they want to pursue any of those careers under these subclasses of careers, one of which is architecture, engineering, industrial technology. How many engineering programs do we already have? Okay, what engineering programs are you familiar with? Civil, mechanical, electrical, di ba, parents? But we already have this many engineering programs. Here they are. Wow, that's a lot of engineering programs, right? Like aerospace engineering, no? Except that there are only 3 schools in the Philippines offering this college program. Only 3 schools in the Philippines are offering this college program, aerospace engineering. This is what they would call rocket science, diba? And then we also have agricultural and biosystems engineering. That's the new name of that program. And then another one is architecture. Okay, anybody interested in architecture? And then again, we should be familiar with the areas of study. What will you study if you're going to pursue architecture? What are the skills, the character that you need to develop if you want to pursue that career? The training that you will go through, as well as work, okay, or employment opportunities after finishing architecture. Okay, and then other careers are biological engineering, except that there's only 1 school offering this program in the Philippines. Isang eskwelahan lang. Another related engineering program is biomedical engineering. Are you familiar with orthotics, mga prosthetics? That is just one application of biomedical engineering. You may be interested in those. How about this one? Ceramic engineering. Hindi po sila gagawa ng inidoro. Okay, it's more scientific than that. And then we have chemical engineering, as well as here are the common engineering programs: chemical, civil, and then we have computer engineering. Okay, we also have electrical engineering, as well as electronics and communications engineering. Information overload na ba, parents? Ang dami, no? Environmental and sanitary engineering. Para hindi tayo nawawala ng tubig. Diba, parents? As well as geodetic engineering, and then we also have industrial engineering. Yeah, for those children, if you are so conscious of time, you don't like wasting time, you're so conscious of it, this can work for you. Though industrial engineering, you will realize later why. And then another one is instrumentation engineering, also landscape architecture. You know what, parents? I did a seminar in one high school many years ago. There was one attendee of that seminar who didn't know anything about landscape architecture until we discussed the program with the student. And then later on, when she moved up to college, she decided to pursue landscape architecture. Hanggang sa nakagraduate na siya. You know what? She's having a grand time at work. You know why? Because she's now working with Hong Kong Disneyland landscaping theme parks. Diba? Okay, so we'll never know. That's why we have to learn to explore the possibilities behind these careers, because we'll never know baka nandiyan ang future nila. And then another one would be manufacturing engineering as well as materials engineering, which is usually an honors program. Okay, ano yung honors program? Can be enrolled only by those students who are in the top 10 or top 15% of the admitted student into the university. Yeah, this is the foundation of nanotechnology, materials engineering. And then we also have mechanical engineering as well as mechatronics engineering, di ba? Ano ba yan? Transformer ba yan? And then we have metallurgical engineering as well as mining engineering. And then we have naval architecture. Yan, because we have to be shipbuilders, di ba? We have to be shipbuilders because we just have too many islands in the Philippines, right? Okay, I'm going to give you ways by which you can really access all of this information, no? Kasi somebody messaged me na we need all of those information. Okay, so thank you very much for messaging that, huh? Okay, naval architecture, because we have so many islands in the Philippines. How many islands do we have in the Philippines? Can somebody, does anybody know? Huwag niyo po akong sagutin ng 7,000 ano ha, ng high tide or low tide ha. How many islands in the Philippines? High tide, low tide. Okay, what is it? How many islands do we have in the Philippines already? Let me see your responses. Patingin nga, ilang isla meron sa Pilipinas? Sige, keep on guessing. Come on, you can do this. Sige, merong makakakuha niyan. Okay, kasi nandiyan naman ang Google University, di ba? Okay, how many islands do we have? We already have 7,000. Tapos, the next number is 7. And then, yan po yung alam natin dati, 7,107 eh. Pero we already have how many islands? Siya, na-update na po yan. 7,000. Sige, naku, you're almost there. Okay. Jesus, 7,000. Yes, you got the right answer. So yan, si Jana Mera, you got the right answer. 7,641. And Jude Isaac got the right answer also. 7,641 islands. Sa sobrang dami ng isla sa Pilipinas, it's an archipelago. We must need ships. No, we should be building ships. And then what else do we have? Okay, packaging engineering. Hindi po sila magiging bagger sa super. It's more scientific than that, diba? What if you're going to transport yung mga radioactive materials? Yung may content na plutonium, uranium, diba? Dangerous daw yan eh sa ating health when you get exposed to them. There has to be special packaging. What if we are going to transport human organs like eyes, like kidneys, like blood? Anong gagawin natin? Ilalagay natin sa plastic ng SM? There has to be special packaging, hence packaging engineering. And then, here's another one, petroleum engineering, di ba? Sabi nila, the Philippines is so rich in natural gas, right? But then when the government needs to explore the natural gas, anong gagawin ng government? The government will look for expert petroleum engineers from other countries. Hindi ba pwedeng Filipino na lang ang expert petroleum engineer? Hindi. Bakit? Kasi lahat sila nag-HRM. Do you remember, Perez? Lahat nag-HRM. There was a time lahat nag-nursing. I do not have anything against HRM or nursing. These are good careers as well, especially nursing. Very noble yung career na yan. But then sana, when our children decide on careers, they will also think of what the country needs. Okay? Not just what we want. Diba? How about considering what the country needs? And then here's another one. Here's another program. Railway engineering and management, right? Pag nasira ang LRT, MRT, gagawin ng gobyerno, kukuha ng expert railway engineers from other countries. Hindi ba pwedeng Filipino na lang ang expert railway engineer? Hindi nga. Kasi nga lahat sila nag-HRM. Okay, so very important that they also consider what the country needs. And robotics engineering, except that there's only one school offering this in the Philippines, and that is De La Salle University, Manila. Okay, and then what else do we have? Okay, meron pa tayong mga ibang careers. Let me go back to that. Aside from architecture, engineering, and industrial technology, what other careers do we have? We also have careers under computer library information studies. Computer science, IT, what's the difference? Okay, and then library information science, management information systems. Parents, alam nyo, maraming government agency walang effective management information system. How important is this? Ito pong management information systems, that's how we generate the bottom lines. The bottom lines, as we know, parents, yun ang basis ng decision ng isang government agency or ng isang company. Unfortunately, many government agencies do not have effective management information systems. That's why decisions cannot be made swiftly. Okay, so that's how important that college program is. And then health sciences and human kinetics, like dental medicine, food technology, medtech, medicine, midwifery, nursing, down to veterinary medicine. Okay, so ang daming careers. But then when we look at all of these careers, for example, like dental medicine. Okay, dental medicine. So very important that we are also aware, aside from the areas of study, kasi anak, hindi ka lang magbubunot ng ngipin dyan. But then you should also be aware of the environment that you'll be faced with working as a dentist. Okay, you should also be familiar with the scenario that you will be faced with.
크게 해보세요. 여기 보이나?
네.
자. 맞추세요. 이렇게 해주세요.
Anak, kailangang masanay ka dyan. Bakit? Kasi hindi ka pwedeng himatayin sa bibig ng pasyente mo. Okay, so yung environment that they'll be working in, they should also be familiar with that. We have food technology, medtech, medicine, midwifery. Midwifery? Yes, that's a possible career also. Okay, tanong parents, diba, may lalaki bang midwife? Meron. Ano ang tawag sa lalaking midwife? Pati nga ng mga sagot, parents, ang lalaking midwife ay, let me see your responses. Lalaking somebody said mid-hubby, is a mid-husband. Okay, tawag sa lalaking midwife ay midwife pa rin, hindi po mid-husband, ha? Thank you, Sir Tony, for contributing that. Oh, may nagsumagot kumadrono. Oh, di ba? Ayan, very good. Thank you very much. And then we also have nursing as well as nutrition and dietetics. And then we have occupational therapy as well as optometry, and then pharmacy as well as physical therapy, and then radiologic technology. A new program related to this is very interesting, nuclear medicine technology. Meron na po tayo niyan. Oo nga eh, di ba? We're not really that familiar with many new college programs, kaya oo nga eh. Yes, I'll give you reference materials later. Huh? Thank you very much, Summer Concepcion. Bless you. Okay, I'm a proud, yes, midwives. You know, we're so proud of you, midwives. You know why? Kasi you are instrumental in the continuity of humanity. That's how important that, di ba? When of course the mothers are the most important. Without the mothers, di ba? Titigil ang humanity. That's how important you are. That's why you are so blessed, di ba? You are our treasure, the mothers. Ayan. And then what else do we have aside from those careers? Respiratory therapy. May board exam po ito. And then another one is speech pathology as well as veterinary medicine. Okay, vet med. Anybody interested? Diba? Yung mga may naturalistic intelligence dyan. Okay, so don't worry, your guidance officers will be looking into this also. And then aside from them, we also have, nagdo-double click yung aking laptop, yung aking mouse. Okay, sciences like agriculture. Parents, may good news ako sa inyo. Have you heard of this news? Graduates of agriculture will be entitled to 1 hectare of land upon graduation because the government has identified 203,000 hectares of idle government lands ready for distribution to graduates of this college program. Laki yun, di ba? Isang ektarya, okay, which will serve as the graduates laboratory, no? Nice idea, di ba, parents? And then we have astronomy as well as biology. Hainayan, a good pre-med program, di ba? Lalo na yung medical biology saka human biology. Okay? O mas specific na po ngayon ng ating mga biological studies. And then we have chemistry as well as cosmetic science. Hindi po sila magtatrabaho sa salon. Okay? It's more scientific than that. And then we also have fisheries technology as well as forensic science. Oh, forensic science! Diba? Kaya lang, children, no? We should also be aware of this. Parents, kaya ba nilang tumingin sa utak ng tao? Yes, can they look at that? And you'll never know, parents, if your children will be pursuing this, malay mo siya maging CSI Miami, CSI Las Vegas, CSI New York. Pag Philippines, Soko. Diba? Sa England daw, they also call them Soko eh. Ayan. Other careers are forestry and then also geography. Another one can be geology. Interesting program. As well as BS Math or Sigmayan. Yes. Hello there, Hannah. And then we have molecular biology. Ayan pa. Another important program. Because you know this already. We should be formulating our own vaccine. Or we should have formulated our own vaccine. Tama po? Eh wala po lahat nag-HRM.
Hello.
Hello there. Si Hannah. Okay, and then we also have physics as well as statistics. So very important that we are aware of this. No, sana nakikita natin ngayon yung value, no, ng career education. And then we also have the transportation programs like aeronautical engineering. Baka plano ng batang maging piloto or pilota. Hindi po, lady pilot na lang, ha? Okay, pero this is not the ideal program because this has something to do with the design, maintenance, or inspection, manufacture of an aircraft. The ideal programs are air transportation or aviation. Why those programs? Kasi yun yung programs na meron ng flight training. Okay, because, well, your children will have to fly a plane for a certain number of hours before they can qualify to take the licensure examination for commercial or private plane pilots to be administered by the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. Di po ba? Okay, so those are the ideal programs, no, ideally taken. Pero kung aeronautical engineering ka, di ba afterwards mag-flight training ka? Okay, and then para mag-qualify ka for the license of a pilot. For the licensure examination for pilots. And then we move on to the other careers. Aircraft maintenance technology, baka gusto lang maging aircraft mechanic. or aviation electronics technology, or maybe marine engineering, or marine transportation. Yan. So those are the careers, good careers under STEM that they can be pursuing, as well as natural and allied sciences, health sciences and human kinetics, computer library information studies, as well as architecture, engineering, and industrial technology, STEM. Okay, STEM na tayo. We're almost done. Okay, so kung STEM ang kukunin nyo, children, okay, then you should be prepared for these subjects. Again, you will go through the core subjects, right? And then meron lang konting subject na napalitan dyan. And then you'll have the applied subjects as well as the specialized subjects. You'll go through pre-calculus, basic calculus, general biology 1 and 2, general chemistry 1 and 2, physics 1 and 2, and a research or a capstone project. Now, just like in ABM and Humes, all of these subjects will have to be distributed into 4 semesters of senior high school, for which this happens. Okay, so grade 11 first and second semester, grade 12 first and second semester, you'll go through the core, applied, and specialized subjects. Okay, so ito na lang ang kailangan nating maintindihan, arts and design track, because the students here, most of the students here are going to go to college. Why should you consider arts and design track as well? You should be considering arts and design because you want to pursue any of these careers. What careers? Careers that fall under the performing arts, such as dance. Maybe your child will be the next Mikhail Baryshnikov or the next Lisa Makuha. Or maybe you want to major in instruments. You want to major in piano, guitar, violin, flute, saxophone, percussion. Okay, and then what else we have? Orchestral conducting or band conducting. Maybe somebody's interested to major in voice as well as theater arts, because your child can be the next Lea Salonga, or your child can be the next Robert Senya, diba? Renowned Filipino stage performers who performed on Broadway and in West End, right? And then we also have arts and design pa rin itong visual arts. Okay, maybe the child would like to pursue advertising, or maybe the child would like to become an animator. Maybe your child will be working with the Pixar animations, Walt Disney, ano pa ba? DreamWorks animation. Or maybe art, they want to pursue art education as well as art history. And then another one would be clothing technology, diba? Maybe your child would like to work with Bench, Pen Shop, Marks and Spencer, Camiseta, ano pa ba? Ralph Lauren, Gucci, Zara. Zara pala yun. Kala ko Zara. And then another one would be Ferragamo, di ba? Ang daming clothing lines. Or your children may be the next Monique Louillier or the next Michael Cinco, renowned Filipino fashion designers exhibiting their creations in the catwalks of London, Paris, and New York. And then another one would be film, because your child can be the next Love Diaz, can be the next Lino Broca, Ismael Bernal, Marilu Diaz-Abaya, or the next Steven Spielberg, right? And then we also have graphic design as well as industrial design. Okay, they'll be designing products. Example, they can be designing cell phones, tablets, appliances, furniture. Did you know that a Filipino is one of the top industrial designers of Mercedes-Benz in Germany? Yes. And then another one is interior design as well as multimedia arts and sciences. And then we have painting as well as photography. Okay, so many careers also under arts and design, visual arts, and the performing arts. Okay, done with that. And so what can we look forward to in senior high school if they're going to pursue arts and design? Well, we can look forward to these subjects. Under arts and design, they will have to go through, again, the same core subjects, similar applied subjects, but their specialized subjects will be the following: arts and design appreciation and production, performing arts, integrating the elements and principles of organization in the arts, developing Filipino identity in the arts, physical and personal development in the arts, leadership and management in different arts fields, apprenticeship and exploration in arts production, and they will conclude with either a dance concert, a theater production, a voice recital, an instrument recital, an exhibit of their literary works or their painting, their photography, their animation, their sculpture, or whatever they're focusing in senior high school under arts and design. And now these subjects should also be distributed into 4 semesters of senior high for which this happens. Okay, so grade 11 first and second semester, grade 12 first and second semester, they'll have the core, applied, and specialized subject. If somebody wants to become a fireman or a firewoman, still it is public safety. That's the ideal program, huh? Because that's one of the jobs of a police officer is fire prevention. No, they don't run after criminals. They don't always run after criminals. Okay? Kung yan yung trabaho nila, praning na sila ngayon. Okay? Mga trabaho niyan, yung traffic management, fire prevention, penology, disaster management, etc. Okay, that was just... okay, a question. You're welcome. And then, what else do we have? Sports track. Or why should your children be in sports track? Because maybe your child will be the next Heidelin Diaz, the next Manny Pacquiao, the next Carlos Yulo, diba? Or the next Alex Ayala or EJ Obiena. And they will be going through this same core, applied, and specialized subjects. Okay, like fundamentals of coaching, sports officiating, activity management, fitness, sports and recreation, leadership, apprenticeship, human movement, practicum, psychosocial aspects of sports and exercise, and safety and first aid. Okay, so all of these subjects are also distributed into 4 semesters of senior high school. Okay, we're done with that. And then maybe Tech Voc. Now, sa Tech Voc, ang difference lang niyan is that they will have to go through these specialized subjects. Huh? Ito yung specialized subjects of Tech Voc students. Yan, they will have to come up with 640 hours of any of these subjects. Yan. But maybe some students are interested in home economics. Again, they will have to come up with 640 hours of those subjects as their specialized subjects. Or maybe a child would be interested in industrial design, industrial arts, or maybe information and communication technology. They can have any of these subjects, or maybe technical, vocational, livelihood, maritime. Okay, so now gas, no? Why would the student go through gas? Because the student has not decided yet on the right career for himself or herself. But recognize that under gas, it's a combination of those specialized subjects in the previous 3 strands that we discussed, ABM, UMS, or STEM. Yun ang kanilang specialized subjects. Okay? So, yeah. So that is senior high school. Okay? That is senior high school. And I hope you were you got more information out of it. No? Now, there can be questions, especially from parents of grade 10 students, no, or grade 9 students even. Is it advisable to have the student study in a college or university for senior high school? Okay, so that can be a question of some parents. No, unahan ko na kayo. Okay, is it advisable to study in a college or a university? Well, there are very good reasons why we usually tell the parents na why should the students stay in the basic education school for senior high school. Number one reason there is that it's economical, it's practical, and it allows more time with the family. You have to remember also, parents, that your children are 15, 16 years old, no? They're very young, no? Kaya they still will need your assistance, no? So more time with the family can be accorded with them staying in the basic education school for senior high school. They should stay because children will not experience academic shock. Some students who studied senior high school in colleges and universities were told us before na, Sir, parang hindi kami tinuturuan dun sa senior high nung kolehiyo na yan. Anong hindi kayo tinuturuan? Hindi pwedeng hindi kayo tinuturuan. What happened? Okay, kasi sabi sa amin nung teacher namin, no, read chapters 1, 2, and 3, and then we will have an exam. Oh, I see. Kasi they were employing this, this methodology in college. Remember, parents, sa college, di ba? Wala nang spoon feeding dyan eh. They will just ask you to read those chapters. So they thought na parang di sila tinuturuan. That's academic shock. We don't want your children going through that. And the number 3, possibility of maladjustment in a university environment. What do we mean by maladjustment? Pag nag-face-to-face yan, you will see some students, senior high school students, smoking. Okay, smoking somewhere. Senior high school. Bakit? Paano si kuya, si ate nag-i-smoke? Okay? So they can be identifying with the college students kasi senior high sila, di ba? And they may think it's okay with them. Nagbo-boyfriend, nag-girlfriend, and then some students would, isang estudyante napunta na dun sa left-leaning organization, nagmamarcha na sa kalye because the college or university is a venue for liberal thought, 'di ba? Okay, so very important, and they are still so young. Okay, so very important. So that's maladjustment that can happen. Possibility of burnout due to a prolonged stay in the university. Of course, they will stay longer there. Okay, halimbawa 4 years in college program nila plus 2, 6 years. The longer they stay in the university, the more likely that they will not be able to finish college. So that's something that we have to watch out for. And then the university may not conduct GuidanceNGO's adaptation webinar for grade 12 students, which I will conduct later. Okay. Now, what is this? This is a way for us to identify the better colleges and universities for the programs that they want to study. Ganito po yan. If the student will study in a certain college or university for senior high school, hindi po yan magpe-present ng mga program offerings ng other colleges and universities. They're not going to do that. As much as possible, they would want their students to pursue college in their own university. Alam na namin yan. We know that already. Okay? So, your children will not find out kung sino talaga yung magaling na school for certain careers. Of course, sasabihin nila kami pinakamagaling. Yes, we don't want that happening. We want our children to get the right information. And that is only possible if they will stay in the basic education school. Okay, and then and then here is one of the best reasons why your children should be staying in the basic education school. For your information, parents, this school is the one of only 2.5% of basic education schools in the Philippines that have accreditation. A round of applause for Elizabeth Seton School. Did you know that, parents? Yes. Lumibot po kayo sa buong Las Piñas. Bibihira ang may accreditation na eskwelahan. That's true. We know that because we travel, before the pandemic, we travel all over the Philippines and we coordinate with all the accrediting agencies in the Philippines. Kaya it's very important that we are aware of this. Those are very good reasons why students should be staying in the basic education school for senior high school. Okay? And I guess, okay. No. Another thing, because there was a concern, there was somebody who messaged me na saan makukuha yung lahat ng mga information that I have discussed kanina, no? Kasi ang dami nga naman itong mga information na to. It's so difficult to really remember all of them. A reference material that you can make use of, eto po siya. Let me just share this with everybody. Okay, let me just activate the screen first kasi hindi siya ma-share. Okay, so, ayan. Now, where can you get all of these information? No, yung mga diniscuss ko. Where all this information? Let me lead you to this site. And there is what we call the Paths e-book. Okay, on your screens, I hope you can see that, parents. No, on your screens, you will see a sampler of Paths e-book. Let me just open that for you. Okay. Ayan, I hope you can see that. That's a sampler of Pat's ebook. No, you can read information here, and then what does it contain? Okay, I'm the editor in chief of this ebook. Okay, so we've been publishing this for how many years? Since 2010. Okay, and we are revising the content every year. So, for example, your child would like to pursue ABM. So dito po sa past ebook, you will see, di ba, accountancy ang gusto ng ating anak. Okay, so gusto niyang maging tagapagtuos or tagatuos. So you'll read more about that college. So you'll read skills and character that they need to develop if they want to study that college program, training that your children will go through, career paths or employment opportunities, misconceptions, wrong ideas about the college program, as well as recommendable colleges and universities for the study of that program in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Okay, so of course, marami pang mga under ABM to entrepreneurship, as well as hospitality management. But then, if your children are interested in careers under STEM, STEM 1 would be, andyan na naman ako. Okay, so there will be discussions of these careers like aerospace, engineering, agriculture, biosystems, architecture, etc. Okay, so we have all of those careers. So we have STEM 1 for engineering, architecture, computer studies, STEM 2, health sciences, human kinetics, natural sciences, business, hospitality, tourism, ABM, HUMS, arts and design. Now, let me inform everybody na ito pong we are a non-government organization, okay? Pero wala po kaming kinalaman kay Janet Napoles. Okay, what we are doing is we're also raising funds so that we can do this webinars. No, we can give free webinars to the public high schools. No, kaya we have to really thank Elizabeth Seton School for supporting our advocacy. With this support that they gave us, no, we can raise more funds. Kasi po, as an NGO, we have to raise funds. Kasi ang causes namin is to reach the marginalized sectors of the society. So if you will be purchasing Paths magazine, now ang SRP po niya, the suggested retail price is $250 per volume. Okay, but then, okay, we want it to be more affordable to the parents, to the students, because pandemya ngayon, no? So we're giving it at $150 per volume, no? $150. So kung 5 volumes, that will be $750. You can help us raise funds, no? Para magawa na, kasi ang dami pong estudyante all over the million po talaga yan na kailangan naming tapusin, and we also need a little fund so that we can do this webinar all over the country. And ayun, kaya we're coordinating with all the DepEd division offices. So purchasing this magazine will really help our cause. Okay, how will you be able to purchase the magazine? Well, ito po siya. I'll chat. Yung one is the one URL is the sampler. The other URL contains the order form. Okay? So if you are a parent or a child of Elizabeth Seton School, you will be entitled to that discount, which is $150. Okay, $150 lang per volume. kung taga-Elizabeth Seton ka, kasi talagang tumutulong po ang Elizabeth Seton sa aming causes. Okay, so let me just chat those URL and everyone in meeting. Ito po yung mga URL. Okay, so one URL is for the sampler, the other URL is for the order form. So ayan, pag nakita po namin na Elizabeth Seton School, you can purchase it at a discount. Okay, so ayan, para ang hirap kasi ang buhay ngayon eh. Okay, so that'll help us a lot. But anyway, at this point, I'd like to thank, of course, everybody in the guidance office as headed by Miss Eden Calara. Maraming salamat for giving me this privilege of being able to speak to the parents of our students at Elizabeth Seton School. Okay, maraming salamat. And parents are so participative. Ang ganda ng kanilang participation sa ating discussion. They're giving me so many information as well to help me further elaborate on certain careers. Thank you very much. Okay, and I really appreciate your participation in this webinar. At sana po nag-enjoy tayong lahat, okay? Dahil of course, dapat laging masaya yung ating webinar, no? Kasi panlaban sa lungkot ngayong pandemya. But parents, maraming salamat po for making time for this webinar. And I don't know if kung magkakaroon ng mga questions pa, no? Kasi ang dami ko nang sinabi. Okay? So, pasensya na po. Sobrang dami ng information yata na diniscuss ko. But I hope the Paths ebook will be of assistance to you and your children as you coach them on various careers. Because parents, let me tell you this, you are holding on to the most difficult career in the world. Di po ba? The most difficult career in the world because, yan, pagiging magulang. Kaya maraming salamat po for being there. Let us help this country also. You can also help this country, okay, by really coaching your children on what they want to become. Okay, let us do our best kasi ang hirap kasi if our children will be living a lifetime of regret. Okay, now children, now that you are given this, a whole lifetime ahead of you, you have this opportunity to make the right decisions. I hope you will make the right decisions. Your parents will always be there to guide you, to coach you on everything that you're going to pursue. Okay, kayo ang treasure ng inyong mga parents ninyo. Kaya be happy, be grateful for that. Okay, and that's about it. So maraming salamat, parents, for giving me this opportunity. And everybody at the guidance office, teachers, administrators, advisors, God bless you. Children, make the right choices. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Mr. Geronimo, for enlightening us on our significant role in helping our children prepare for their future. Parents, the floor is now open for questions. Please feel free to type in your questions in the Zoom chat box. All right. Any questions po or any comments from our webinar today?
Miss Rachel, actually, I'm getting a lot of comments. Kaya lang direct
Alright,
message.
sir. Sige po. You can answer them siguro po at least two since we're running out of time po.
Okay, thank you very much. Somebody said not everyone can do what you're doing for the students. We enjoyed every bit of information you shared. Okay, God bless you also. Grateful from a grateful parent. And very informative and enlightening. Dami pala possible courses and careers, not just the traditional. Yes, as we have seen already, ang dami-dami po talaga. Okay, talagang nag-diversify na sila ng mga careers. Continue to spread yung career path. Very informative. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you rin po, no? Hindi ko na binabagit yung ibang mga pangalan kasi naka-direct message. Baka mamaya they want privacy, no? And the webinar you facilitated has been informative to us parents and to our children. Okay, thank you, Sergio. I hope the curriculum of the high school years will be much easier. Stay safe always. Ayan, ang dami, marami talagang messages dito, no? I can, yeah. If the student will take speech pathology in college, what course shall she take in senior high school? Okay, it's like this. What career track or strand should she be taking in senior high school? Ganito po yan. We always recommend to the students to go for STEM for speech pathology. Kasi po sa STEM, yan po yung let me just open that screen again. Okay, let me pa-interrupt ako ng screen ha. Okay, so kasi sa STEM po, as I've explained earlier, punong-puno po yan ng natural science subjects. Okay, pag speech pathology po pinag-aralan nila, they need good foundation in math and sciences. Okay, so it will be better to go through STEM. Kaya lang, as we know already parents, hindi naman lahat ng estudyante nakakapasok ng STEM. Okay, as we know already, there's a grade requirement for our students to be accepted into the STEM strand, which is 85% in math and sciences. Okay, so ano mangyayari sa estudyante? The student can be taking any strand, no, in senior high school. Paano pag college? Bali po when they go to college, hindi na sila naka-align doon sa kanilang college program. Dapat kasi STEM, speech pathology, tama po ba? Okay, kaya lang, there are colleges and universities that are non-selective. What do we mean by non-selective? They do not care kung anong career track or strand ang kinuha ng bata in senior high school. Now, let me pitch in my personal opinion on this. Bakit pa nag-career track and strand? Right? So, what I think is this a way for colleges and universities to earn more money by being non-selective? Kasi para ano pa yung career track and strand if we're not going to allow them. Now, some students may not be able to enter STEM because they're not prepared yet for the demands of math and sciences in senior high school. Maybe later after senior high school. Kaya there are several situations that they can be faced with pagdating sa kolehiyo. Di mag-speech pathology siya. Kung hindi siya dumaan ng STEM, halimbawa nag-ABM siya, nag-UM siya, anong mangyayari? The student can be faced with 4 situations. Situation number 1, magbi-bridging program siya. Ano po yung bridging program? Pagpunta sa kolehiyo, they will add more subjects that they missed in senior high school because they pursued a career track or strand that is not aligned to the college program that they want to pursue. Okay? There's a possibility. Okay? Yes, bridging program. So, ibig sabihin, kaya nga yung sinasabi natin na, anak, sana okay naman ang decisions mo. Kaya kailangan ng guidance nyo, parents eh. Kasi mas magastos kapag halimbawa mali yung pinili ng bata. Hindi po ba? Magastos talaga yan eh. Anyway, yon. Another possibility, hindi siya tatanggapin ng kolehiyo. Example, University of San Carlos, one of the best universities for chemical engineering in the Philippines, even beating UP Diliman in board exam results. Hindi ka tatanggapin pag hindi ka STEM. Yes, for their chemical engineering program. So there's another possibility. Another possibility is that walang pakialam yung eskwelahan. Kahit anong career track or strand ang pinanggalingan mo. For example, UP College of Music will not care. Kahit saan ka ba, kahit academic ka, tech, arts and design or sports, okay, they do not care. But then, here's my opinion. Hindi ka naman makakapasok sa UP College of Music kung hindi ka papasa ng talent test. Diba? May talent test. Ano yan? UP College of Music, talent test. Number 1, written. Number 2, dictation. Ano yung dictation? Eto, music, makinig ka. Isulat mo sa musical sheet. Talent test number 3, sight reading and sight singing. Eto, musical sheet. Kantahin mo. Okay, so a good immersion in arts and design track, specifically in music, shall somehow train the student, okay, to prepare himself or herself for the requirements of college education. That's my personal opinion, okay? But they will accept anybody. Kasi baka naman nagte-training outside yung bata na sa school. And another possibility is that they will go through, some of them can be given qualifying tests, okay, so that they can be exempted from taking some of the subjects meant for the bridging program. Kasi nga kung non-aligned sila dun sa career track or strand that they took in senior high school when they go to college. Yun po. Okay, so that's a possibility. Thank you very much for raising that concern, huh? Arts and design. Okay, if the school does not offer arts and design track, the closest strand to that is Humes. Humes po ang pinakamalapit dyan. Okay, may mga eskwelahan kasi hindi nag-offer ng arts and design, but they can go for Humes. Okay, so that's the more related strand to arts and design. Okay, and any other concerns that I can address? Baka meron pa tayo. How kids can discover what career they want to take, and not only based on what they think, they know, but also what they are now. Okay, what are there now? What's your advice on how kids can discover what career they want to take, not only based on what they think, they know, but also what's available now? Perhaps that's what you mean. Okay, it's like this, no? Our children are exposed to several disciplines, no? They have math subject, they have science subject, they have English subject, they have MAPE, they have social science subjects, they have all of these subjects in high school. We know where they excel. Alam natin if they're excelling in math or sciences. Okay, so somehow that will reveal a certain intelligence within our children. Okay, so ibig sabihin, maaring yung logical mathematical intelligence ng bata is already developed there. Okay, so if they are showing good performance in some of these subjects, then that can only mean they're interested in them. So maybe they are developing interest in certain areas. Example, if a student is doing well in MAPE, okay, and art is also covered in MAPE, the reason why they're immersing in that is we want the children to find out if they have visual spatial intelligence. That is another intelligence. Abay, kakaibang intelligence yan. Okay, that we have identified already. Maybe your child is meant for those careers. Maybe your child is meant so that's how we find out what careers they're meant for. Okay, yun. Based on their performances in various subjects that they are taking in basic education. Now, another thing that will be found out is through the career interest tests that will be administered by the guidance office. Okay, so we have our guidance counselors, okay, headed by Ma'am Eden. Okay, they administer these career interest tests so that your children shall somehow have a good idea of what careers they're meant for. Another one is yung nationally administered NCAI. Okay, National Career Achievement Examination. They will have to go through that when they are in grade 9. But I've heard medyo hindi na administer ito, di ba? Tama ba, Miss Eden? Hindi na administer yung NCAI for a certain number of years?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
right?
Starting, nung nag-start po ang pandemic.
Nung nag-start ang pandemic nagkaroon ng problem sa administration of the NCAI. So there are these tests, there are these examinations, interest tests that can somehow reveal a certain characteristic or reveal the interest of your children on various careers. So those can help. Okay, and then what else do we have? Kung anong strand ang animation. Animation, of course, is more into arts and design. Ano? Yun yung career track na yan, animation. So sabi nga natin, kung arts and design ka, kasi andyan yung visual, no? Media and visual arts. Kaya lang, kung wala tayong arts and design track, the closest to that track is the HUM strand, Humanities and Social Sciences. Yon. Okay?
Okay po. All right. So once again po, on behalf of Elizabeth Seton School, we would like to thank Mr. Junn Geronimo for sharing their time and expertise today. We award Okay po. So we award the Certificate of Appreciation, which reads, this Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Mr. Junn Geronimo for his invaluable contribution as a resource speaker during the Career Parenting webinar entitled Career Coaching for Parents in the K-12 Perspective. Given this 9th day of October 2021, Elizabeth Seton School, signed by Dr. Roberto T. Borromeo, President. So thank you po, Sir June. And of course, parents, we remind you to accomplish the evaluation form through the link posted in the chat box. We will also be sending this to your registered email addresses to help us improve our services. For those parents who were unable to attend this webinar, we will be posting these webinars recording on our internet and ESS website. So parents, let us all stand and join us for the closing prayer and the singing of Seton hymn. So in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father, the first rule of our dear Savior's life was to do your holy will. Let your will at the present moment will be the first rule of our daily life and work with no other desire but for its most full and complete accomplishments. Help us to follow it faithfully so that doing what you wish, we will be pleasing to you. Amen. Mother Seton,
Pray
pray
for
for
us.
us. God has done great things for us.
May
May
God
God
be
be for our
praised.
praise. Hallelujah. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy
Amen.
Spirit. Amen. Thank you once again, dear parents, and we also thank you for being our partners and helping to shape your children's future. Rest assured that our office is always open should you need further assistance in ensuring the well-being of your children. We look forward to seeing you all soon. Stay safe, everyone, and God bless us all.
God
Thank you
bless you.
po. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Sir June.
Dad Mao and Joaquin. Thank you very much. Uh,